Coming to you from inside the suites at Globe Life Field, two Rangers broadcasters who come on your TVs every day of the season to talk about the Rangers.
If people don't understand the name of it, the other day was 3 a.m. on a bus and you guys were still talking Rangers.
Now they're putting down their broadcast mics to pick up the podcast ones because they are still talking Rangers.
Hey everyone, welcome into allegedly episode 8 of Still Talking Rangers, presented by our friends at Whataburger. I think it's probably more like 28 episodes, but we'll save that argument for later. Alongside the birthday boy, Dave Raymond. Happy birthday.
Thank you. You've enjoyed all 8 episodes so much, it feels like 28 to you.
That's right.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Feels like 3 to me.
Just time flies when you're having
Yeah, but I'm on the Benjamin Button plan. I've hit that age in life now where I refuse to get older. Each year I'm getting younger, and I cannot wait for my 40s. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
Well, no matter when people are listening to this, just assume it's Dave's birthday. So it could be 4 months from now, Dave's birthday. It could be 4 hours from now, Dave's birthday.
Yeah.
Dave's birthday is just it's a perpetual thing.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, but seriously, happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know you love holding on to the baseball during the broadcast, so in your honor, I'm going, let's see, 2-seam fastball, 4-seam fastball, maybe go a little change up,
Change up.
and then we'll finish it off with a splitter. So a 2-seam, 4-seam, change up split.
Yeah.
You love a good pitch sequence, so
Love it.
that's my pitch sequence of the day.
That's a great one.
You have a birthday baseball memory since you've got a birthday smack dab in baseball season?
That's a great question. But yeah, 1994. That's the year of the strike, obviously. The last day of the season was August 12th.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So anyway, I went to a game. I think I saw Maddox pitch in Colorado. And it was awesome. And he was having an Evaldi kind of year, like just stupid numbers. And the game ended. It was so weird because the game ended. It was like, well, okay, guess we're done. It felt so artificial and weird. It was like somebody came into the party at 11:30, flipped on the lights, and was like, "Yeah, this isn't going to 1. We're done." Oh, well, wait a minute. This was just getting good, and it just ended. Yeah, that was weird. That 1994 was very weird. But that's one that I always think of on my birthday. Other than that, probably as a kid, a lot of strikeouts would be my guess. A lot of strikeouts.
But to be playing on this date, I mean, maybe your teams were going deep into whatever postseason you had when you were 9, 12, 14 years old.
Yeah.
When did you stop playing baseball? At what age?
Sometime in high school, I might even come back after my first year of college and played in some sort of, I think I did, in some sort of like high school, college age kid fun league.
Like a rec,
Yeah, but I mean, they had uniforms and coaches and all that stuff, so it was fun. It was meaningless, had nothing to do with anything, but it was, at least somebody organized something. Yeah.
We do miss out on that. Not that anyone should pity us, but I see, our pal Levi Weaver playing in, a Sandlot league here in DFW. It's like, it's not an option for us.
No. And honestly, sweet spot, could still absolutely be enjoying the hell out of that. It's time.
You're ready.
I know. I think I'm good. I don't need to get hurt playing a silly game like that. That's no good.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Speaking of meaningful baseball, I was thinking about this yesterday. So we're having this conversation before Game 2 of this series between the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. Rangers exciting walk-off win last night. Well, I sent a tweet earlier in the day yesterday. It's like, hey, Rangers have lost 4 straight. No worries. It's an Evaldi night. And of course, when Nathan Evaldi gives up 3 home runs in 3 innings, you don't have to guess. You look at my mentions. There's a lot of snark and sarcasm. And
you invited it.
No, for sure. And I understand that being a fan is an emotional roller coaster, right? And everyone chooses to go about it differently. We're fans of whether it's this team or other sports, Stanford, Nebraska, USC, professional sports teams, whatever. But it was almost like people were just looking, they were like excited to be like, see, told you, like, yeah, they're losing. And then the Rangers came back and won. I get that everyone's going to approach that experience differently. The one thing that I thought about last night, the Rangers are playing meaningful baseball after the trade deadline for the second time since the start of the 2017 season. So 17, 18, 19, 20. I mean, the whole 20 year, you'll throw that in there. 21, 22. 6 years in a row. And then in 2024, last year really wasn't that meaningful.
No, it was not.
So 7 of the last 8 years entering this season. There was really not much meaning after the deadline, and a lot of those years, not a lot of competitive meaning well before. The Rangers are not going to win out. They're going to lose some games, maybe lose a series or two along the way. Yep, that's a theory. Could be wrong.
Okay.
I just hope that Rangers fans enjoy this. We're not, hopefully one day we're the Dodgers, where every year it's like championship is the expectation. But
hold on. You think the Dodgers are enjoying this right now?
No. But I think their fans have a different expectation.
Yeah.
I don't know, and I hate to say that our fans, if your standard is World Series or bust, I that's fine.
Sure.
But that just that is the charge that Chris Young has talked about. We want to get to the point where we are perennially contending, and now it's 2 out of the last 3 years they're building towards that. I guess it's fun to ride the emotional roller coaster. It's okay if you want to punch your sofa because you've given up 2 runs in the first couple innings and then jump for joy when they come back. But understand that that's a part of riding the roller coaster of a playoff race.
Right. It is a part of just baseball. The Yankees have that expectation every year. They were really, really good to start the season, and that fan base is going through hell.
Yeah.
The Mets had a phenomenal start. That fan base is going through hell. The Dodgers are, they're still good. They're still in a great position, but they have not played that well. I mean, the only team that's really having a blast right now are the Brewers.
Yeah.
Maybe Seattle, but they still trail in the division. And they've had a nice little week and change. But you have those, right? We had the run right after the All-Star break. I mean, that was as fun as it gets. Every day you're winning, and if you're not winning, it's a nail-biter, and a lot of the wins are nail-biters. That is baseball. And so I think as a fan, the whole experience is going, I don't want to, pull the curtain too far back, but, baseball is misery. I mean, if you're a fan, then set yourself up for it. You're going to be upset because guys don't always come through. Lord knows they come through a lot less than they don't. And that's a big part of it. And so you have to deal with it. Now, I think that a lot of us are drawn to it for that catharsis. We love to feel something, right? And so much of life, we're taking a lot of and baseball is trying hard, right? With the analytics movement and everything over the last 15, 20 years. Well, let's take the guesswork and the art and the entropy out. And let's just make this a simple calculation. Well, you can't, it's hard. But we take a lot of this out of life. And so I think people are drawn to sports because they're drawn to this pain, pleasure cycle that it brings you. Some places more pain, some more pleasure, but it is a battle. Baseball's a battle. And I agree with you. I think that is what's so fun about it. I even when things were going gangbusters here recently, I was amused to open the paper and poor Evan Grant, he's going to take shrapnel here from me, as he always does. But it's his job, and you're looking for trends. You're looking for stories. And I marvel at how it's always, yeah, but they stink against lefties. Yeah, but the bottom of the order isn't producing. Yeah, but the bullpen still doesn't have a closer. It's like, can you stop? 1 to 8 out of 9, whatever. How about this is a lot of fun? But I get it. It's sort of like you're always diagnosing. That's what you do in baseball. You're always breaking it down, always looking for the fixes and where you can get improvement. And so that's a big part of it. But it just struck me recently. I was like, man, that doesn't matter. Playoff odds. still say it's a long shot. It's like, well, okay.
We'll still wake up and play a game.
Let's try it tonight and see what happens, We're lucky because we get to exist in the 3 hours every night, and then we can wash our little hands of it and go away. So we have that advantage. But yeah, that's what baseball is, man. It's a lot of negative, and if you want to let that get to you, it can wear you out. But it's also why you never leave a game.
Yeah. 6-1.
You just don't know.
And I think we're kind of close. I saw it on Instagram. One of the Rangers' biggest comebacks in franchise history was maybe yesterday was an anniversary of it. The game Alfonso Soriano had 6 hits against the Tigers. Rangers came back. Yeah, I mean, you're down 6-1. You're going to lose more often than not, but it was early. My dad actually called me this morning. He's like, yeah, sometimes he just says random stuff. He's like, I was watching the game, and Dave and Murph were saying that, get some hits and chip away or whatever. I was like, yeah, Dad. I was like, we said it on the radio side too. He's like, well, I wasn't listening to you. I was watching them. But no, I mean, you.
That's it.
I think if people thought, well, 6-1 deficit, 5-run lead for the Diamondbacks. Rangers scored 5 runs against the Phillies in 3 games. But it's all good teams are flawed, right? Like the 2023 Rangers that won the World Series, they were very flawed, and they won the World Series in, relatively speaking, pretty commanding fashion, right?
Yeah.
So
that game last night was a perfect embodiment of the whole thing, right? Hopeless. 5-6 innings of hopelessness. Evo can't get these guys out. What's going on? They're hitting home runs. What the heck's happening? We have no shot. We couldn't do anything off this guy, Nelson. He was cruising. And at the end of the day, you go back and you look at the box score and you're like, well, Nelson wasn't very good. He got lit up. What happened? Like, it's just a matter of
like that.
A handful of hitters in a big moment. Langford hadn't homered in a month to the day.
100 plate appearances.
And Murph just kept talking about that. I was like, yeah, it's been a month. You just wouldn't expect that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Big 3-run homer. And that was obviously, the whole thing tilted there.
At that moment,
you knew.
I told Matt, I was like, we're going to win this game.
Yeah.
And you felt the same way?
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess, I think after 2023, the Rangers picked up new fans, right? When you win a World Series, understandably. And even for other fans, people are gonna fan how they want to fan. There's no right way to do it. But just understand that this is what you want. You want to feel, right?
Oh, man.
And maybe as a fan, you don't. You separate yourself from the emotion, and that's how you do it. That's great. But our pal Bob Sturm has said before, if you choose to be the fan where it's championship or bust every year, your prerogative, you're going to find yourself miserable maybe your entire existence as a fan, right? Except for those rare moments. Yeah. But enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Right? Enjoy it. And I think it's awesome that we come to the ballpark and the game matters, because it didn't happen from 2017 through 2022. And around this time last year, it was pretty obvious. And the games really weren't mattering for that purpose.
You ever been just totally hacked off about something, though, and you just want to spill your guts about it? You just want to complain. That's it. You just want to unload that baggage almost on somebody else. This happens sometimes around a dinner table. And then the other person is there to kind of like clean it up for you. Yeah, but, well, this could be, and maybe that. And you're like, no, let me just be pissed for a minute here. And like, I think that's fandom sometimes. Sometimes you just want to gripe and just say it, and it's driving you crazy. And God bless you. Do it. Get it off your chest. And we don't always have to argue back or tell them why. Because I remember driving into a parking lot once with my wife. She was helping me when I was doing, when I was young and coming up, and I was doing these college basketball games on streaming, which back in the day was pretty crazy.
Big deal, yeah.
And we drive in the parking lot to another game, and this team was struggling, and she was really upset about it. It was really ticking her off. And I was like, yeah, that's great. I'm really excited that you feel that,
Yeah.
that you are invested in it in that way. Because when they win, when it clicks and they put it together, it's going to feel so good. Now, they never did. But And oftentimes they don't, right? But it is.
But those moments of hope,
Yes.
right? That
Right.
escape, the drive home after a game like last night is, I'm fired up. Let's put on MLB Network when I get home. Let's watch Quick Pitch. Had the Rangers lost that game, I don't know if Quick Pitch was going on, right? I don't know what I'd be. But it's fun. It's fun to feel. I enjoy that. All right, for your birthday, one of your wishes was to kick me out for your Patrick Corbin conversation. He's going to join us in a second, so I'm going to let you do your thing. But I want to ask you: is there someone quickly who comes to mind who's a comp for Patrick Corbin in that he was signed late, maybe undervalued, overlooked, and ended up playing a big role on a team that was competing?
The signing late part, I don't know. That's hard.
I guess maybe let's take that qualifier out.
There's a guy, and I bring his name up from time to time, year after year, is Jason Marquis, which is interesting because from the Northeast, like Patrick, lunch pail guy. He was a very good pitcher for a long time in the big leagues. And Tony La Russa loved him, had him on some Cardinals teams back in the day. And there were games where it doesn't matter really, if you're going down the stretch, there are going to be some tough days and you're going to be tested and your bullpen's going to be tired, etc. And Marquis, I'll never forget this day, soaked up 16 earned runs in a start where he had nothing. And Marquis was totally content, wore it like a badge of honor to soak up those runs, take the beating, keep that bullpen right, so that then they could go and maybe win the next 2 games of the series or something. And La Russa, like the size of his heart that he had for a guy like Marquis, it was just like, those to me are the greatnesses of wonderful teams and runs that people make. You have to have that selfless guy who is not the superstar, but who can shoulder a burden for a group to make them better. And Jason Marquis was definitely that guy. And to me, Patrick Corbin was a guy brought in, like, stabilize a rotation that just incurred a couple of injuries. Make sure that you're out there every 5th day, which he has not missed, and just give the team a chance. And he does it all selflessly every time. I love watching. I really enjoy Patrick. I'm excited to talk to him because I just have a lot of respect for the way he goes about it and the role that he's filling on this team.
Yeah. No, I think, and so not a direct comparison because this guy, I mean, he was an all-star, but I think about Ian Desmond. Rangers signed him in camp 2016, kind of coming off a down year with the Nationals, it changed positions, went from shortstop to outfield with the Rangers, ended up being an all-star that year, had a good season, but doesn't fit the mold of he was a guy that ended up being a featured part of the team, not a unsung hero, which I think, kind of fits Patrick in a lot of ways. Well, that's really interesting. I'm looking forward to hearing your conversation. And just this one time, I will grant your wish of getting the heck out of your way.
The stage all to myself with Patrick Corbin coming up next. Whataburger's Pico de Gallo Burger is back, and it's bringing a fiesta of fresh flavors. 2 all-beef patties, crisp Pico de Gallo, melty pepper jack, and creamy cilantro lime sauce. Limited time only, so grab it before it's gone. Well, welcome back. And as I mentioned earlier, very excited to talk to Patrick Corbin, Rangers left-hander, 13 years in the big leagues. A lot of directions we can go with this, but your first year as a Ranger, and it was really kind of wild how it all came together with you being signed, we'll call it late March. What was going on in your life at the time, right? Like, how was the off season shaping up? And how did this whole thing come together and how quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to wait that long, but just was in West Palm working out and stuff. And my wife was pregnant with our 3rd child, and due date was around opening day. And so just kind of very hectic and still waiting to find out where I was going to go and kind of if I was going to continue to play. But there were some offers early on, and then kind of just it dragged out a little bit, and more injuries piled up with a bunch of teams, and Rangers called, and just was very excited for the opportunity to come here on a good team and and knew a couple of the guys, but not super well. But just was looking for that opportunity to compete again and kind of a fresh start.
And I don't know if this type of stuff that fans find that interesting or not. I do. Conversations are happening. You have an agent, you have conversations, teams are contacting you. Maybe I don't know how often the agent reaches out to teams in an off season, but ostensibly there are opportunities out there and you're looking for the right fit. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think where I was at in my career, just maybe there were some teams that weren't as appealing and some that were, and this team was one of those teams. And when they did reach out after a couple injuries that they had, it seemed like a good fit for myself and my family. But just at this point in my career, I wanted to go somewhere to compete and also kind of, I don't know, prove myself again. And physically felt good enough to go out there and compete. And that was something I wanted to continue to do. I still wanted to be a starter. Some teams wanted me in the bullpen. So some of those options definitely weighed in. And when CY reached out, just kind of his story was similar to kind of things that I was going through at the same time he was when he was around my age. So, but yeah, just a combination of all that, and then wanting to go somewhere, win, and looking at the rotation here too, it was like, hey, it'd be fun to be a part of that.
Yeah, and so you kind of had to get ready in a hurry. There was a plan. I remember there being a plan that was a certain amount of ramp up that might involve a start or two in the minor leagues before joining the big club. That didn't happen. We're in Chicago. It's like 2 degrees. And go ahead, Patrick. We need you here. How prepared did you feel in that moment? What was that? Like, what goes through your mind on a day like that, in terms of, like, what do I have? How much can I give today? How did I draw this draw? I mean, what's going through your mind on a day like that?
I mean, I felt as prepared as I could, not being in a full camp and things like that. I was throwing bullpens, throwing lives against guys that were still waiting to sign as well. But nothing really simulates facing big league hitters and that environment. So I think I was as prepared as much as I could have been. My first day here, I threw 5 innings against some of our guys, and then went out to Arizona and threw 7 innings, was trying to get one more in there. And that's when Jack had the blister thing. So yeah. Just kind of, hey, you ready? And yeah, I'm ready to go. And yeah, I think that was one of the coldest games I've definitely been a part of. I grew up in upstate New York, so definitely been around some cold games before, but I mean, I don't think anybody loves that and playing into those things, but I just was excited for the opportunity to get back out there and felt good enough to go and give our team a chance to win.
I just really loved that game, everything about it, the way you went out there and dealt with the conditions and everything else, the short notice and all. We oftentimes kind of make this assumption that the pitchers don't mind throwing in the cold weather because we know hitters don't love it. There's nothing pleasant about being a hitter on those days. But I wonder sometimes if we stretch a little much, how much a pitcher might actually enjoy those kind of days.
Yeah. I'd rather be on the mound than sitting in the dugout. I think sometimes just sitting there, it's worse than it is. And when you're moving around, you kind of get going a little bit. Probably not sweating as much as you normally would on some days, but moving around definitely helps. And as a pitcher, you're doing that every pitch. So it's just kind of, you got to deal with it. Everybody else is, and try to see who comes out on top.
Yeah. Well, now we fast forward. Here we are in August, the dog days. It's hot most places. We've got the lid here, which helps. I've been talking about this with Mike Bassett, another lefty. Didn't pitch in quite the same way you have in the big leagues, but he pitched. We noticed, like, hitters seem to kind of hit their stride a little bit. Offenses tend to lift a little bit as we get to the second half of the season. And we don't always really know what to attribute it to. Maybe it's because it's finally warm, whatever. But Mike suggests, he's like, is is there something as a pitcher? You're not dealing with the same tank level today as you were in March, right? Like your 4 days of rest, you can get that level all the way up to 80%, maybe. I don't know. Is the dog days, is it tougher on a pitcher? Is there a difference in the way, I don't know, your pitches finish, that kind of thing? Is that part of why we see offenses seemingly improve late in the season?
Maybe. I'm sure there's a lot of different opinions on this. I mean, this year for me, missing camp, it feels like at this point in the year, it came up very quickly for me, and that's not being around the team and playing in all those spring games. But I think too, like hitters seeing more pitching, things like that, definitely help. And the pitching nowadays is it seems every year better and better. More movement on pitches, more velocity. But I think I mean, in this ballpark, it seems to be a pitcher's park. Definitely, some of our hitters seem to get a little frustrated sometimes when they hit a ball really good and it doesn't get out. But it's I don't know what the true answer is to that, but I do think when a hitter sees pitching more and more, that definitely kind of leads toward them. And but yeah, also pitchers maybe getting fatigued or at times in the year where you're hanging for a start or two. Those things add up, and I mean, some of these position players too, they're feeling it as well.
Yeah, they drag. There's no doubt. Do you do anything different? Is there a point in the season where you just feel it a little bit and you feel like, okay, I've got to shut down this part of my life for a couple of days, couple of weeks, or I've got to do a little bit something extra between starts this time of year just to make sure that I'm getting all the way back up to ready? Is there anything like that you?
I've tried to find a routine that's worked where I can get out there every fifth day and try to feel as good as I can, and whether that's taking a day off from playing catch or just throwing four seams, things like that. Try to be smart about that, get our stuff done in the gym and in the training room as well. But I feel like I've found a routine that kind of works to where I feel the best I can every fifth day to go out there. But I mean, this year a little different with three kids at home, sometimes a little more sleep on the road. So that doesn't always hurt.
Yeah. I remember with the little ones, boy, that's a lot. It's a lot. Are you getting up in the middle of the night and helping?
A little. I mean, I hear the baby and stuff, but wife takes care of a lot of that. She's in zombie mode, not sleeping too much, but I feel for her, and it's we're just dealing with it the best that we can.
Well, you then, a lot of times it seems like you get to take on the little ones, right? Say, hey, look, mommy's with the baby. So let's, whatever, let's wrestle, let's read books, let's play puzzles. You picking up the slack on that end then?
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's like my warm up before I come here in the pool, chasing them around, getting loose. So I love it. Love spending time with them, and it's great that they're out here, and they love coming to the game as well. So just it's fun. Wouldn't change anything.
You have them active and playing sports and all that stuff yet?
Yeah, we got a little golf room at the house here, and they're on it all the time, swinging, doing something. So they definitely keep us busy. They love it, and I wanted to start them with golf just because I thought it'd be the best way to get them used to hitting something. So maybe hitting at each other. So, but yeah.
That's awesome. That is
yeah.
clutch right there, by the way. How's the game?
My game's
Yeah.
Not good.
I find that hard to believe. Look,
well, like
what?
I'm like a 90 or around 90, but I just I don't know why I just don't hit the ball far anymore. I'll just hit it in the fairway and lay up. And eventually, when I'm done with baseball, I'd like to get more into it. My oldest loves it. Kind of take him out to the driving range. We go to Topgolf a lot. He knows how to get the ball out, set it up, and hit it. So I think when he's able to get the ball out there a little bit further, he'll be a lot better than I am.
Yeah, it's super fun, and watching them progress quickly is going to be really fun for you. The reason I find that hard to believe that you're not great at golf is because you were great at basketball, you played football, obviously you get the baseball thing figured out. Growing up, you saw yourself more as a basketball player?
So on my neighborhood where I grew up, we had about 5, 6 friends that lived within 5 houses of each other. So after school, even before school, some days we would always do something, whether it was football. My dad built a wooden deck in the backyard we played basketball on, and we just before school there was either that, football, and just kind of constantly doing something. And I just really enjoyed it. And being from Syracuse, the weather's not as good, so a lot of sports were indoors, and that's where I went to basketball. So. I've always loved playing basketball. I miss not playing that sport anymore, but kind of as being 6'3", and when back then I was a lot lighter than I am now, but baseball kind of, hey, maybe I got a future in that, and kind of had to hang up the basketball shoes.
Could you have played basketball though past high school? Were there offers, conversations?
I played, so out of high school, wasn't really recruited at all. I was 6'3", 150 pounds, and I ended up at a junior college in upstate New York, and Utica, New York, Mohawk Valley, and I played basketball and baseball 1 year there. So I wanted to continue to play both sports. Wasn't really a future past that. I thought I just wanted to continue to keep playing, and then it wasn't until that summer where I was on a travel team, and that's kind of where baseball took another step forward, and ended up at a junior college in Florida where I was drafted out of.
So your freshman year, then, did you play a lot? Did you start?
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you remember your numbers? Like, were you?
I was like low 20 something a game. Yeah, I was a 2-footed jumper, so I. In high school, I only had like one dunk in high school, and then kind of found what a gym was, ate a little bit better, and was able to throw it down pretty easily after that. And I definitely miss it. It was I look back at those days. I would go back to in the off seasons playing our high school basketball games and stuff early on in my career. But I just always enjoyed it. Grew up a Syracuse Orange fan, so just always was around basketball.
There was a story somewhere about you in blue jeans just showing up. Somebody threw you the ball. You just turned around and slammed it. Like, well, I don't know, kind of like you're a little bit of a dunking savant or something. You had naturally good leaps, I'm guessing.
Yeah, off of 2 feet. That's just kind of how I would do it. So
off 2 feet. So blocking shots, were you not as good?
I just if it was a breakaway, I'd go off 2 feet. That was just. For some reason, I could jump higher that way. So, but yeah, that was it.
Huh. Okay. And football, quarterback.
Quarterback and safety. I played until 11th grade. It was when I stopped playing, and then kind of switched over to basketball and just baseball.
And baseball, you were kind of a late bloomer there too, right?
So yeah, I played Little League, played a bunch of positions, catcher, left-handed catcher, shortstop, things like that. And then 11th grade, I tried out, or I made the basketball team, and some of those guys were like, hey, why don't you try out for baseball? So I was like, all right, I'll try out for baseball. So that was my first year playing school baseball, was 11th grade. And I think that was like the Gene story. I kind of showed up late, and they were already stretching, and went to the back. Coach came up to me and asked what position I wanted to play, and I said that I would pitch, and I always knew I had a pretty good arm, and kind of that's where baseball started.
If you love banana pudding, you've got to try Whataburger's Banana Pudding Shake. Back, but for a limited time only.
I know that you collect football cards, in particular quarterbacks, right? Like quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, big money. And I went out and I got some Score Panini cards.
Yeah.
I want to open a pack or two here and see what we get.
I'm not super familiar with this, but
yeah.
I mean, I know the players.
Well, if you have a Walmart in your neighborhood,
yeah.
You might be able to track some of these bad boys down.
I'm a big fantasy football player, so that's
I figured that's probably where a lot of this.
I think because I'm at the ballpark all the time, baseball, fantasy baseball, collecting baseball cards wasn't really appealing to me. So I only got into it last year. I saw some guys in the clubhouse opening some packs, things like that, and I was like, well, I like football, so that's kind of how that started. But
I'll be curious to see if you get any good cards here.
Yeah, let's see.
So your fantasy team's pretty good?
We got a draft coming up on that in an off day in a couple weeks, but there's John Elway.
Solid.
That guy's pretty good.
Pull him out. I like that. Do you have an all-time favorite quarterback?
I'm a Jaguars fan. I just in 1995 when the Jags came out, I just got into football and I was like, I'm gonna like this team. They're a new team, and I think Mark Brunell was the quarterback back then, and kind of just stuck with them. So I'm hoping this year it changes. Some things turn around, but yeah, we'll see. Drake May, he's
okay. Who's the biggest fantasy dork in the clubhouse? Got to be Jock, right?
A lot of guys think they're experts, so that's always, everyone thinks they're the best and they know everything.
Yeah.
But I'm actually running the league. I did a super flex this year, so I switched. They're all worried about it. They think I'm rigging the league already, but that's just. I think people want to watch the quarterback, so let's draft them early, and that's kind of where I'm at on that.
Okay. All right. So we got Elway, we got Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, May, and Bo Nix.
Drake May and Bo Nix. Not bad. I pulled some others out of my son's old card collection. We got a Joe Montana, Josh Allen. He's pretty good. Dak, Ben Roethlisberger. So this is always funny when you can pull a Mark Sanchez out. Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and Andrew Luck. So I thought it'd be interesting for you to look at these quarterbacks and let's say pull a couple out and give me a baseball comp on the Rangers.
On some of these guys?
Yeah. Like you got a John Elway comp in the Rangers clubhouse?
John Elway. Let's go. Well, I first was looking at this Josh Allen. I thought Evaldi. Just that's kind of all around, does it all. That's what I just thought instantly. Yeah.
Right.
I was trying to look for the skinniest guy in here for DeGrom that had a good arm, but
yeah, that's a good one. Well, Elway had a ridiculous arm.
Yeah.
Not that skinny though. Big. To me, Elway's a little bit like Josh Allen, right? I mean,
yeah. Allen's one of my favorite players to watch now. I guess same with Evaldi, just kind of how he pitches, does it all, and just a great dude too.
All right, here.
Aaron
Rodgers.
Who's like?
I was thinking Rodgers and Favre. I didn't find a Favre card, but Favre, he's kind of a riverboat gambling kind of guy. Just sling it, let it fly.
Yeah. We'll get Peyton Manning up here. We'll say.
All right.
We'll say that's DeGrom. We'll do that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The sheriff.
That's a good one. What about Andrew Luck? Right, kind of cerebral.
I mean, his career was kind of. I mean, he was at the top of his game and he retired, so that was kind of shocking to a lot of people. I enjoyed watching him, but he just made his decision that he was done with it. But
got a Roethlisberger? Is there a Roethlisberger in that clubhouse? Who would that be?
I don't know. I think Jock did play football when he was in high school. He was ahead of Devontae Adams, which is kind of hard to believe.
It is.
But
does he talk about that a lot?
He does act like he knows a lot about fantasy football, which is.
I heard he's really into the fantasy.
Yeah, he likes it. He thinks he's better than everybody, but it's right where we want him. He's at the back of the draft. We did our order the other day, and I'm at the front, so he's not even near me, so I don't have to worry about him.
Yeah. Oh, are you at the very front?
I got the 4th pick, so.
Who's a 4th pick this year?
Well, we do a super flex, so it's going to be some quarterbacks up there, but I'm probably leaning towards like Joe Burrow or somebody like that. But
you don't have to tip your hand to the guys.
Yeah, I already told them all.
Yeah. Who's the worst likely fantasy football player in that club?
The worst? There's probably half the clubhouse doesn't even do it. So
really, disappointing.
Yeah, but I don't know. I've always done it. I've enjoyed it. I have a league with my friends that I run back home. So just I don't know. Off season, that's kind of what I do on Sunday. Watch football.
How long has that league been going with your friends?
I mean, 20 years now.
Yeah.
Long time. So
yeah, I think I've got a 30.
My dad's in it every year. I get him in. He loves it. He's always studying up, but
yeah,
doesn't seem to place at the top any year. But he enjoys it.
Were you a running quarterback, or did you throw a lot?
No, I never was very fast, more long distance runner, but yeah, I would throw it or QB sneak sometimes. That's the only way I'd score a touchdown running. But
Let's pivot back to the slider for a minute, because that is kind of your signature. Funny, earlier this year when you got bit by the spider or whatever it was, I think I told you I think it was a fire ant. And the next day, I think it was the next day, I came in to talk to you, and as we're talking, DeGrom texts you a fake newspaper headline, you throwing, and it says "Slider Man." I like that. I got a kick out of that. That's pretty good. Where did the slider come from? Like, when did it really click? Was there somebody or something that put it all together for you?
so when I started playing catch in the backyard of my dad, he showed me that grip, and it's the same grip I use today. My dad wasn't I don't think went very far in baseball. That was just kind of what he threw when he was in Little League, and he just showed me this, and he would always tell me he would just throw it at the left-hander's hip, and that's just what I remember. But that's the same exact grip that I use today, and when I first came up to the big leagues or even in the minor leagues, we didn't have all this data or TrackMan. It was just, hey, teams don't really hit this pitch that much. So just continued to raise the usage of that pitch throughout my career and had success with it. And now they have all the numbers and why it's good and things like that. But
So why is it good?
just it's considered a gyro slider, so just it looks a lot slower than it is coming in, and I just blend it well with the fastball. So just the combination of all that. It's not as hard as some people's sliders nowadays, but with every pitch you got to have those other pitches that set it up.
So when you the grip again, is there something like specific pressure point or something that you're trying to achieve when you're throwing that?
Yeah, just your middle fingers on the seam right here. Your thumb's just underneath, but I've just been able to change speeds, whether it's I'm trying to throw a straight back door or back foot it to a righty, things like that, and all with the same grip, and sometimes the speed varies 10 miles an hour, just kind of on my thought process. So
How do you do that though? How do you take?
I just like I said, it's the same grip I've had my whole life. So when you pick up a ball, and it just feels very natural to me, where I've never been great at a change up. So sometimes when I try to mess around with those grips and throw it, I'm not as comfortable with it as the slider.
Anybody ever try to tweak your slider?
No,
over the years?
I've had that pitch, and kind of just that's always been my my go-to. So the last couple of years added the cutter, and I think that's been a lot easier for me than a changeup, just another pitch going that way, the same way as a slider. So just was able to pick up that a lot easier. That feels a lot way more natural to me than some other pitches.
Can't keep you forever, but what about Mad Dog, Bushy, the guys? How is this coaching staff been to work with?
Yeah, kind of just like a fresh start for me. I've been in a couple organizations for a long time, and sometimes it's good to hear a different voice. And these guys have been around for a long time. They work together really well, which is awesome. And they're just it's fun to be a part of. They find your strengths and what will work versus the other hitters. So, and I think too, having these other guys in this rotation, to watch them how they attack guys, even though I'm the only left-handed starter, it's fun to watch and kind of how they navigate through lineups. But it's been great to be a part of. The staff's been pitching great all season, and like I said, you don't ever want to be that weak link. You want to go out there, compete, and keep us in ball games, and that's what I enjoy. And I mean, that was a big reason why I signed with the Nationals 6 years ago. Just they had Max Scherzer and Strasburg, and when I found out I had a chance to come here with DeGrom and Evo, that was pretty appealing.
Yeah. Mad Dog have a bizarre nickname for you?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Yeah, they run. They had something on the scoreboard the other day that I saw for the first time about it, but I mean, hey, if they want to keep it going, whatever.
All right, it's all fun and games.
So,
like you a few years ago interviewing fans outside the ballpark on your bobblehead day when you were injured.
yeah.
That was a great one. I love that. All right, so I asked you earlier the dog days and the challenges that can present for a guy. It's just sometimes dragging a little bit. But two-time All-Star, won a World Series, you've pitched in stretch runs, you've pitched in the biggest games there are to pitch in, right? I mean, the biggest, Game 7. So you know a little bit about adrenaline and what that can do for a guy. So, because we're kind of in that place right now with 40-ish games to go, where the adrenaline, I would imagine a regular season game probably has just a tad more adrenaline today, let's say, than it had late May, early June. Is that fair to say? Is that true? Like, as these games kind of ratchet up in importance?
Well, definitely when you're in the race still, games are definitely played a lot differently. We still are. We believe in this team. We think we're really talented, and if we just get in there, we're gonna be a problem for some people. So, but I think personally, you just try to be as prepared as you can each game. Go out there and you don't ever want to get too high or too low, and that's kind of how I feel. There's a lot of failures in this game, and I've learned from that. But the reason why I want to continue to play, I love to compete, step in between the lines, and take the ball and try to learn and just keep getting better. But yeah, I try not to look at it, but those are the games that I want to be in, and I think everybody else does. There's one reason you want to be here, to win a World Series, and I want to be a part of that, and that's what's fun to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you allow yourself on days when you're not pitching to like let the highs take you up a little bit? Like in a game like last night, you guys are coming back and you're fighting the way they were and you win that thing in a walk-off fashion. Do you let it just kind of wash over you a little bit?
I mean, those walk-off wins are great. I mean, Maddox always has a saying, let someone else be the hero. So that was Burger yesterday. So just if we go out there, do our job, put up a 0, let somebody else do it, and you celebrate as a team, and it's pretty cool to think.
Yeah. You're all too normal for a left-hander. Is there something weird about you that we need to know?
I don't know. I was trying to think.
Because I mean, it is pretty amazing how lefties.
I do joke around with the guys a lot. I like to have fun and keep things light, go to dinners on road, things like that. But maybe some things that aren't appropriate up here. But we just, I think some people they take it too serious. It's a long season. Don't get many off days, and I think you get your work in and you have fun, and I think that's how you become a closer team, and you care for each other on and off the field, and that's just how I've liked to do it and be around these guys, and but yeah, we have a blast, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, well, it has. I will say this is a fun team. I think we're all really excited about where this thing can end up. You have been an absolute delight to watch work, man. I just thoroughly enjoy your starts. Just kind of love having you around and your demeanor at the clubhouse and everything. And appreciate you taking a little time to stop by America's fastest growing podcast, Still Talking Rangers.
Alrighty, sounds good. Thank you.
You're the man,
Appreciate
Patrick.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, there he is, Patrick Corbin. We appreciate him and his time today. The Rangers fighting right now. Inside the last month and a half to go. Games are intensifying by the day. We thank you for being with us. Hope you enjoyed some of the podcast today, and we invite you back again next time on Still Talking Rangers.